Hi guys, so I want to read you a message that I got under one of my videos. I don't normally do this. I've never done this before, but I thought that this was a good one to read and then share my response because I want to clear up some things just in case anyone else is feeling the same way or are getting your information from who knows where. I want you to hear it from the horse's mouth, me being the horse. But and this in no way is this was written so I believe it was written with such great intent and with kindness, and it was just a way for this person to voice their opinion and their concern. And I wanted to expound on this and just share my point of view of what was said in this is message. So bear with me here. We're gonna unwrap this as we go. It's kind of a longer message, but I think if you've ever questioned uh, our retreats that we offer here for people who want to figure out if Guanajuato is a place to call home, or our intentions, or our what we're doing here in Guanajuato in terms of helping the community and the locals, everything that I've ever spoken about, and of course, the energy that I've had behind these videos. If you go back, if you've watched my previous videos, you might know that I had a little burnout because we had back to back retreats. I We had so many festivals here. We're in a festival right now, one of the biggest ones. I've got life that I'm dealing with. My father was hospitalized. So many things. So I've been juggling life and business and social life and all that stuff and relationship and my dog being sick. So everything, just like everyone else, you're balancing things to the best of your ability as I have been, and I haven't been the greatest at it because obviously it caused a little burnout. So let me just go ahead and read the message and then we'll unpack it. All right, so this person writes, when a hobby or passion becomes focused on money, it can change the nature of the activity and your relationship with it. I really enjoyed your earlier videos too, when it was about the love of the city and less about profit. It has greatly changed the sabor or flavor of your videos and you as well. I was excited to maybe meet you and your partner when I visit in November, but learning about the costs of your immersion stays taught me about the type of people you're catering to, how those with such an income can impact Guanajuato, and how much the average Mexican makes in comparison to your rates. I had to step back. I still feel a connection to you and where you started. If you ever return to your roots, I'll be there. And if you ever hook up with some trusted locals who you can coordinate with, who can provide an authentic Mexican Guanajuato experience, how and where they live, where they shop and eat and speak Spanish, I would love to hear about it. Con mucho respeto y esperanzas, and they signed their name. Again, this was written very nicely and kindly, and I'm not in any way being like, look at you, this is, what are you talking about? So I just wanted to address it. Um, so now I just want to break it down so I can give my opinion on things. And thank you, by the way, for hanging on and watching this video. Uh, so when a hobby or passion becomes focused on money, it can greatly, or it can change the nature of the activity and your relationship with it. I agree. Absolutely agree with that. I really enjoyed your earlier videos too, when it was about the love of the city and less about profit. That's what I don't agree with because it's always been about the love of the city. Otherwise, I wouldn't be filming. It has never been about profit because, to tell you the truth, and here's I think where a lot of people will understand now, because the the money that people pay to attend our retreats, about 60% on average goes back to the retreat and what makes the retreat happen. There have been times where 100% of the money has gone back towards the retreat, and there have been times where it's been 80% of the money has gone back to the retreat. So if we're talking about profit, this is a horrible business model that I've chosen. So it's definitely has not been about profit. This is also not the main source of income for us. This is something that has been done primarily about love, but we have bitten off more than we can chew by accepting so many people who wanted to come for our private retreats. The reason why I got burned out was because you have to think, we are inviting people into our home. When we are in retreat, 100% of our focus goes towards the retreat and the needs and wants of the people that come to our home. There have been times when my dog has needed vet care and I couldn't take her because I was busy in a retreat. And there have been times when guests have wanted to extend their stays. You know, our recent guest stayed 3 months. So that's time out of our lives, out of our wants and desires and needs to focus on making sure that the people who come here and stay in our home, that we cook for, that we are there for, to help them get their rides, to help them make their appointments if they need medical help, to help them, you know, introduce them into the community and really get them a fast track pulse of the city. It takes a lot of energy. And going back to the whole profit thing, that was kind of like, ooh, I can think of a lot of different other ways to make a profit other than retreats, which is also why we have decided to no longer do private retreats. We are doing only group retreats starting in February. February 4th through the 9th is our first one of 2026. And if you're interested in that, head on over and click the link in the description of this video. But anyway, let's go back to this. It has greatly changed this flavor of your videos and you as well. Again, going back, it is not because I lost the love of the city. This is a city that I feel like I will die in this city because I love the city so much and I love the people even more. What has changed was my energy around making these videos because I just didn't have it. I was busy running retreats and trying to juggle life at the same time. I was excited to maybe meet you and your partner in November when I visit in November. I hope you reconsider because that's not I meet so many subscribers. Nesto and I meet so many subscribers who never attend the retreat. They're here in town. They invite us over for coffee. They invite us over for dinner, or we run into each other in town. And I'm the one inviting people over to our home to join us for dinner, to also like take them out for coffee or for their first tacos. We're constantly doing that as well. And they've never paid us. They never paid for a retreat. It's just something that I figured I realized, or that I wanted to mention here, because again, it's not about profit and how much the average Mexican makes in comparison to your rates. I had to step back. I'm not an average Mexican. I also, my business is in the United States. I pay taxes in the United States. And I also believe, as someone who's been a digital nomad for a very, very long time, living in different countries and having a business in the US, is that I don't believe that just because my location changes that I have to change the denomination of money that I charge. The value of what we offer far exceeds what we charge, because we're not offering tours of Guanajuato. We're not tour guides at all. If anyone has ever attended a retreat here in our home, you very well know that I do not like to do touristy things. here in Guanajuato. There are a lot of other videos, a lot of other people to follow for touristy things. I show the real experience of what it's like to live in Guanajuato. And so when people come here for a retreat, they're going to be able to, and the people who have come here are able to make a clear decision by the end of their stay whether or not Guanajuato is a place to call home. For whatever reason, why people want to consider Guanajuato or are considering Guanajuato as a place to call home, we do whatever we can to make sure to give them the most authentic, real, day-to-day activities, day-to-day experience of a foreigner or a visitor or an immigrant coming to Guanajuato to live for good. And I feel like that is an invaluable experience, something that I could charge a lot of money for, which we don't. If you've been to the website, you know that we've charged anywhere from $1,500 to $2,700, depending on if you are single or a couple or the season, which I've gone to retreats myself and have paid 3 times that, and it wasn't even such a transformational retreat. Some people go on pottery making retreats or decadence retreats where they go and eat food and do art and dance. We don't do any of that stuff. We do transformational work, which I believe that the price that we pay or we ask for when we were doing private retreats is fair, considering that 60 to 80 and sometimes 100% of that goes right back to you. So anyway, that's where I'm just like, okay, I've got to defend this stance, because with the amount of people we've had through our home and the profit that is in our bank, or not even in our bank, because there's nothing to show for it. And I know that that's probably the worst business model, but we're changing that with the group retreats, where people are now paying pretty much half of what we normally charge in private retreats because we're doing group retreats. But we'll get more into that in other videos. If you're interested in a group retreat in February, just remember you can click the link in the description of this video. So I still feel a connection to you and where you started. If you ever return to your roots, I'll be there. I feel like my roots are my core values and what I treasure in life and what's important to me, and sharing the truth and authenticity of my life, no matter where I am, whether it's Guanajuato or wherever I end up going, will always be my roots. The truth, not hiding anything, being fully transparent is a core value of my life and Nesto. So I feel like we've never left our roots. If you mean roots in terms of being a tour guide showing you Guanajuato in my videos, there's going to be a mixture of that, as I've mentioned in my other videos. It'll be a mix of Guanajuato, it'll be a mix of vlogging, it'll be a mix of my personal life philosophy. If you guys are only interested in Guanajuato, maybe I'm not the channel for you. But if you're interested in getting to know a real human being, as I'm interested in meeting real human beings, knowing that humans are well-rounded and there's so many things that people are interested in, then please continue watching. Please continue sharing my videos, subscribing, and messaging, because I love meeting people who are like me. And if you ever hook up with some trusted locals who you can coordinate with, who can provide an authentic Mexican Guanajuato experience, how and where they live, where they shop and eat and speak Spanish, I would love to hear about it. That's the whole point of our retreats. Our whole retreats are just that. Not only do we show people the day-to-day ways of life here in Guanajuato as a foreigner, but we introduce our retreat guests to our community that we've taken years to build. A community with foreigners and with locals together, cohabitating and thriving together and having dinners together and watching theater together and working together. The money that people pay in the retreats also helps the locals because we hire locals to for example, we hire locals when we need drivers. We hire locals, or we pay when we do the ice bath. We do the activities, the cooking classes. All of that is helping local businesses so that the locals who we work with don't have to go to other countries to earn money so that they can send back to their family members here. I've said this in our videos before, and I really appreciate this comment because I feel like I've been able to clarify the experience of the retreat even more, the experience of why I stopped or took a 2-week break from my videos, and kind of like where I would like this channel to go, and as well as what I feel we're doing to help the locals and the local industry here in Guanajuato. I've always said, because in the beginning I felt guilty doing these videos, attracting people coming here. But you know what? From my experience, the people who we've met because, who came here because of the videos, maybe through the retreats, who came here and bought homes, who came here and just fell in love with the city, the people that we've met have all been people who we want to break bread with, or who we love breaking bread with. There have been a couple of people who came here and didn't learned very quickly that Guanajuato wasn't for them, and that was also really good because that's the whole point. Is we want people to find their place where they feel like they are welcomed, where they belong, where they can really thrive. And if we can help expedite that experience for someone, amazing. That'll save you months, years of rent, or even buying a home in a place where you're not going to really love or like. So if we can help someone make that decision, we're saving people thousands of dollars and months and years of pain and frustration of trying to get, trying to love a city or trying to get into communities or make friends when this is not the city for them. So anyway, I think I've said enough. Thank you so much for watching this video. Again, if you are interested in a February group retreat, we already have some cool people signed up for that retreat. We've got a lot of great activities planned, and it's going to be new energy, and I can't wait. And I hope you can be a part of it. So head on over to the description of this video. There's a link there to inquire about the retreat, and we'll take it from there. All right, guys. I hope you like this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.